ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਗਗਨ ਤੁਮਾਮਾ ਬਾਜਿਓ ਪਰਿਓ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੈ ਘਾਓ ਖੇਤ ਜੋ ਮਾਂਡਿਓ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਅਬ ਜਨ ਕੋ ਦਾਓ। ਸੂਰਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਚਾਨੀਐ ਜੋ ਲੜੈ ਦੀਨ ਕੇ ਹੇਤ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਕਟ ਮਰੈ ਕਬਹੂ ਨਾ ਛਾਟੈ ਖੇਤ। ਕਹਾਂ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਛ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਭਰਨ ਸਕੈ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਹਨ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਮਾਣ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ। We're sitting in the presence of Dhanna Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. We're blessed to be sitting in their company, in the company of the Guru Khalsa as well. The month of December for Sikhs is a very important month. As we remember the Shaheeds, the amount of Sikhs that gave their lives, that became martyrs, that sacrificed themselves. In a month where other nations, other people will be celebrating for different other reasons, Sikhs remember the martyrs, the Shaheed Singhs. We've been going through for the past 4 weeks, we've been going through the Battle of Chamkaur. So 4 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹਨ ਹੁਣ ਜੋ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਗ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। We're on the 5th one. And it's going to go into the month of January because we're going through it in so much detail. ਕਾਫੀ ਡੂੰਘਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸੋ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, more than what we anticipated. But ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਹੀ ਆ, because how many times are you going to hear it in this way? ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ in this year we've been doing it in much more detail. And this ਇਤਿਹਾਸ, especially ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਗ, is an anokha itihas. Anokha itihas tanya is unique because in the history of the world, no battle has ever took place like this one, where only 40 Singhs, 40 Sikhs stood against 1 million. We're not going to go through the entire itihas right from the beginning. It will take too long. We're going to recap where we left it off last week, and then we're going to continue. But over the past week, over the past couple of days, we went to Birmingham to go and celebrate, do the Barsi of Katha Singh Ji and remember the Chote Sahibzade. In that, there's again Janveer Singh Ji did Katha, and he referred to Allah Yar Khan Jogi, poetry. Allah Yar Khan Jogi in Hindustan was a famous poet. he researched, he learned about the Qurbani and the sacrifices of our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. And he wrote his poetry, in his writings, he writes what Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj did when they got to the Qila. I thought I would share that with everyone. मैं सोचा मैं सारे नाल सांझा करतमा जिहड़ा अल्लाह यार खान जोगी दी कविता जो ओहदे लिखता ओह सारे नूं दस दईए कि अल्लाह यार खान जोगी ने लिखिया सी कि धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी महाराज जो चमकौर का किला जिहड़ा आ जो उत्थे पहली रात जो जाते उत्थे किवें सी what was the environment like, because we didn't cover that in the Kavi Santokh Singh Ji didn't cover it in that way. We learned how they got into the fort, but what happened that first night or pehli raat kiveं सीगा. So Allah Yar Khan jo ki likhde ne that Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. So just before we start getting into it, ek choti ji benti a request to everyone to try and cast your minds back to Chamkaur, where Chamkaur is the Chamkaur fort. ਜਿਹੜਾ किला है उत्थे ध्यान लेके जाओ क्योंकि ध्यान के नाल ही सारा कुछ है. It's with your focus that you're able to achieve, that you're able to progress on a spiritual journey. You need focus. So वो ध्यान जिहड़ा है वो लेके जाओ उत्थे क्योंकि ध्यान के नाल ही सारा कुछ है. So Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj with the Singhs, they get to the Qila. We know how they enter the fort. They get into the fort, and then it's night time. रात हो चुकी सी उस वेले. Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj and the Singhs do Rehra Sahib da Path. हुण भी Rehra Sahib da Path होके हटिया before the Kirtan, the evening prayers for Sikhs. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj does Ardas after Rehra Sahib, and then Maharaj in the Ardas say, they thank Maharaj, they thank Vaheguru, they thank and say that you've brought me here and you've brought me to a place where I'm going to be sacrificing everything. They do Rehra Sahib, all the Singhs do. And then Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj say to the Singhs, Ki Ajdi Raat Vidiya, today, what I want you to do is, I want you to rest and I'll be Peredar for the whole night. So Jimmy Anandpur Sahib, we know all the Singhs would do Peredar, the duty, they'll stand on guard outside, the Singhs would, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj would rest in the room. But Maharaj today said that to the Singhs, that you rest tonight and I'll stand and stay on guard the whole night. And by their Singh Ji Aapke Panj Pyare, they said, Ki Maharaj nahi, tusi aram karo, asi Peredar bande hain. Maharaj ke nahi, hukam hai mera, that's my hukam. I command you to take rest, because Maharaj knew that they're going to need the rest. And then hukam manake, they rested. They started resting. Some of them fell asleep as much as they could. Jinni ki neend to puri kar sakte sige, they fell asleep. Then Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj started walking around the Qila, looking at their beautiful Singhs lying there, with injuries all over their bodies because they've already done battle. Some of their jewelry were ripped, their jewelry had blood on them, they had injuries. Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj are going around and वो फिर मालिश करने लग जाते हैं पैरों की. They start kissing their foreheads, the Singhs' foreheads. ਉਹ ਮੱਥੇ ਨੂੰ ਚੁੰਮਦੇ ਆ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦੇ, and ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਆਹ ਸੀਸ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ in jang. And these children of yours, Maharaj starts massaging their feet. And this is unheard of, where a guru massages their followers' feet. This is unheard of. But that's why we refer to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj as Ape Guru Chela. Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji massage the feet of the Singhs and say that these feet are going to go into the battle and you're going to do Madana Jang with this. You're going to go into battle tomorrow with these feet. And as they get to Bhai Daya Singh Ji, they're doing Jahan Japi, they see the Sahibs are lying there as well. They see Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Baba Jujar Singh Ji, and then that's where they do an internal ardas, and they say, Kalum, these two of my sons are going to get sacrificed for the Panth. And as they're massaging the feet, Bhai Daya Singh Ji's feet, Bhai Daya Singh Ji get up and they quickly stand up and they go, Maharaj, what are you doing? And Maharaj goes, Minu aaj karunge, let me do this. And then they rest the whole night, and then the morning comes, and that's when the battle starts, when the Mughal forces, the Pahadi Raja, the Hindu hill chiefs, have surrounded Chamkaur Killa, Chamkaur Fort, and then this amazing battle takes place. Let's recap from last week where we left it, and then we'll continue. So from last week we learned the names of the first 5 Singhs to attain Shahidi, that attained martyrdom. And the names are by Katha Singh Ji, by Madan Singh Ji. These 2 Singhs were on guard at the gate, and they were the first 2 Singhs to come out in battle when wave after wave of attacks, bullets, arrows firing at them, they're falling like flies. But when they're getting closer to the Killa, by Katha Singh Ji, by Madan Singh Ji, do a benti to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj and say, Maharaj, give us blessings, give us permission to go out there in the Maidan-e-Jang and fight. By Katha Singh Ji, by Madan Singh Ji, go out and fight, and they become Shaheed. Then the next 3 that see them, after they see them becoming Shaheed, the next 3 by Khajan Singh, by Dan Singh, by Dhyan Singh. ਇਹ 5 ਸਿੰਘ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ in ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਗ. ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਗ ਹੁਣ we've heard about it year in year out, every year ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ ਕਈਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ. ਅਫਸੋਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਆ, this is a little bit upsetting because calling yourself Sikhs, we still don't know our itihas. We'll go towards someone else's celebrations. We'll celebrate Christmas rather than celebrating your own itihas. The people that do know of this itihas, they all know the main things. They know that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj were there, Baba Ajit Singh Ji became Shaheed, and Baba Jujhar Singh Ji became Shaheed, and that's it. Inna hi pata hai sanu ke eh shaheed hoye, they're the ones that became martyred. Par baki Singha da ki? What was the name of the rest of the Singhs? How did they fight? So by Katha Singh Ji, by Madan Singh Ji, and then after they became Shaheed, by Khajan Singh, by Dan Singh, by Dhyan Singh Ji, these 3 warriors come out, and ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜੂਝਦੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. The other Singhs see their brothers fighting this way, and ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਅ ਚੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. They get excited, and they say, we also want to attain Shaheediyah in this way. We also want to fight like our brothers fought. And I said to myself last week, I said, how amazing is that, their mindset that they've got, the mentality they've got. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੋਚੀ ਕਿਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਆ. They're seeing their brothers become Shaheed. This battle that's taking place is so scary because there's so many soldiers on one side and there's a handful of Singhs on one side. They're seeing their brothers become Shaheed, but they're not getting scared. In fact, they're getting excited. We should go out there fighting, not getting scared, instead getting excited. And then I asked myself, I asked Sangat as well, how are they that fearless? It's because they gave their head to their Guru. They gave their head to their Guru, Guru Sahib. And I also said it's something to contemplate on, that what's stopping us from giving our heads to the Guru? What's stopping you from giving your head to the Guru? And then out of the Panj Pyare, so when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj did the Amrit Sanchar at Anandpur Sahib in 1699, the Panj Pyare, by Daya Singh Ji, by Dharam Singh Ji, by Himmat Singh Ji, by Mohkam Singh Ji, and by Sahib Singh Ji, out of the Panj Pyare that got up and took Amrit first from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj and gave their heads, after the Panj Pyare, by Mohkam Singh Ji go and stand next to Guru Sahib Ji in the Killa, in the fort, and they do a benti, they make a request to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. That's where I left it last week. Let's continue. After doing Ustat of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, let's praise them and let's continue on this beautiful itihas. Try and focus as much as you can. If you want to close your eyes and focus in that way, you can do. Jitna bhi hega ya jitna bhi kar sakte ho, but try and focus and take your minds back there. Hak hak gaha Guru Gobind Singh, Shahe Shahen Shah Guru Gobind Singh, Shahe Shahen Shah Guru Gobind Singh. So Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji came and stood next to Dhani Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji Panj Pyare jo aake khar jande a Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj kol. Maharaj ji fir kende, Hanji Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji dasso. Tell us Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji, what's going on in your mind? Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji was the one to give Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Amrit. He wasn't a normal soul. कोई आम आत्मा नहीं सी Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji. So जो Panj Pyare जो Maharaj ने साजे Maharaj Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj created the Khalsa and gave Amrit to the Panj Pyare. After that, Maharaj get down on one knee and beg for that same Amrit. They said, Minnu bhi Amrit di daat do, give me this Amrit as well. And it was Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji that questioned Maharaj, said to Maharaj, Maharaj, we gave our heads for this, tusi ki donge today, what are you going to give for this Amrit? And then Maharaj did budget that when the time comes, I will sacrifice everything for this Amrit. Jado sama aavega, asi sara kush qurban kar dange Amrit di daat lai. And then Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji was the one to actually give Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Amrit as well. So Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji aren't a normal soul. They were a very special soul. Jiri Atmaya Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji. They stand there with their hands folded. Hath jod ke khar jande Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj kol. And look how they're about to do a benti. Benti keme karne lag gaya Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji. How are they going to make a request to Bhai Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj? While this jang is taking place outside, so the battle taking place outside, Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji kende, Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji said, Badshah Ji, I want your khushiyan. I want to make you happy. Maharaj, main thonu khush karna chahna hai. Main thodi khushiyan leni aaya. Have we ever said that to Guru Sahib Ji? Have we ever started an ardas benti like that? As you have ardas Maharaj ne kade kiti hai. If we ever do ardas to Maharaj asking for something, ek kiਵੇਂ benti shuru kar diya ki Maharaj main thodi khushiyan leni aaya. I want your khushiyan. That's the main thing for these things. Ki Maharaj ki khushiyan leni aase. We always ask for dunyavi things. Then Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji kende ki Maharaj, I want your khushiyan, kirpa karo. I want to go out by myself. Main kalle nahi jaake lagna pare. I don't want to take anyone with me. Main kalle nahi jana. But look, there's 10 lakh on one side, there's 1 million soldiers on one side, and there's 40 Singhs on one side. When you're going out in numbers of 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get a little bit of hausa, a little bit of encouragement that with me, there's still someone that's coming out with me, that'll have my back. Bhai Mahukam Singh Ji kehte main kalle nahi jana bahar. I want to go out on my own into the jung. I don't want to take anyone with me. Aap ji ne kaha si ki Maharaj 1.25 lakh se ek ladam. Ki Maharaj, you said that one of my Singhs, one of my Sikhs will have the ability, the courage to fight 125,000. 125,000 people. Maharaj, eh bhajan thoda main pura karna hai. I want to do your bhajan pura. I want to make that bhajan, that what you said, I want to fulfill that today. Maharaj, watch your kirpa happen. Watch your ladai happen. These things didn't have an ounce of hankar in them. They didn't have any ego within them. No ego at all. Mere aga banda jo thi hunda would have been like, yeah, I'm going to go and fight. Main aapka bal mein dikhaunga. I'll show my strength. By Mahukam Singh Ji. They're saying, Maharaj, watch your kirpa happen. Maharaj, tusi dekho thodi kirpa kita hundi hai. Watch your ladai happen. Kehinde Maharaj, watch your kirpa. Guru Sahib Ji khush ho gaye. They get pleased. Khush ho gaye and said by Mahukam Singh Ji, shabash. Well done. We did say this bhajan. Asi bhajan hai kiya siga Ambale de vich. Ambala, when Guru Sahib Ji were 8 years old, 8 saal de si, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj jodho eh bhajan pehla kiya siga Maharaj ne 1.25 lakh se ek ladaun. That I'll make one of my Sikhs fight 125,000. There's a Gurdwara there called now Badshahi Bagh. There's a huge bagh there. Uthe bahut badda ek bagh hai. There's like a garden there. In near Ambala, whenever a Badshah would travel from Delhi to Lahore or back again, the Badshah would stop here. And this is the Mughal Badshah. Jehde Badshah to pehla bhi jinne bhi hoya, any Badshah, any kings that have come before them, koi bhi Badshah hoya na Hindustan da, uthe aake khairde hunde sige, rukde hunde sige, aakhan te. Guru Sahib Ji came here with the Singhs one day, Singanal Aage. They came here one day, and nearby is a village called Lucknow. This is Guru Sahib Ji's Nanke Pind. Nanke Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj in Lucknow, Ambale de Kol. The Qazi of this place, Oda Nasi Noordeen. Noordeen se Oda Na. Guru Sahib Ji had a beautiful barge with them. They had a very special barge, a very special hawk that had a kalgi on his head. Like the feathers were made in such a way, it looked like he had a kalgi, the barge, the hawk did. But the Noordeen Qazi, he also had one. And he saw Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj's barge, and he wanted to win that barge over. Ode man vich eh siga ki aapde barge naal, I want to use my barge and fight Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj's barge. He said, Maharaj, let's make our barge fight each other. Ek duje naal ladde a sade barge, wo kariye. Maharaj kehte ki eh barge tera bhi barge hai, mera bhi barge hai. Eh ladai kida ki hoi, that's equal. Aida kar, my barge will fight your chiriyan. Jehdi bhi chiriyan rakhiyan, your birds, your normal birds, my barge will fight that. Nuruddin कहता कि मारे देता कि मैं हो सकता that happen, your barge will destroy my chiriya. That's not a fair fight. मारे कहते इतना कर रहे हैं फिर you can my chiriya will fight your barge instead. And then Nuruddin कहता ठीक है, let's do that then. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ ਦਰਖਤ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ that ਦਰਖਤ ਹੁਣ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ but that drakht used to be there. Maharaj was sitting under that drakht. There were two birds on the branch. Maharaj looked at the two birds, and then two birds started fighting Nuruddin's barge. And it said the Nuruddin's barge, his hawk, destroyed the birds destroyed Nuruddin's barge, Nuruddin's hawk, going for ages. And it said Maharaj that bhajan si चिड़िया सो बाज करामा गिदरों में शेर बनावा 1.25 लाख से 1 लड़ावा तबे गोविंद सिंह नाम कहावा. So here Maharaj did that bhajan pura where the birds fought a hawk, and then Maharaj did the bhajan pura where Gidram from sheep my Sikhs will turn into lions. They fulfilled that bhajan in Anandpur Sahib in Sakhi after giving Amrit to all the Sikhs, all the saints. Then ਇਹ ਬਚਨ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ 1.25 लाख से 1 ਲੜਾਉ. ਭਾਈ ਮੋਹਕਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਬਚਨ ਨਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋਇਆ people of the world will say ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੀ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਬਚਨ ਪੂਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ. No one actually did it. So ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਮੈਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਰ I'm going to fight on my own. That one bhajan that's left by Mohkam Singh ji pura karan lagaya. Guru Sahib ji then said we did say that bhajan, now you fulfill it. Tu pura kar by Mohkam Singh. These bhajan, these behman, jehde behman log aaye ne, these false people have lost their dharam. Go and destroy them, chop them up. Matha tek ke by Mohkam Singh ji, bhajan man ke by Mohkam Singh ji come running out of the killa. The place where metal is hitting metal, loha naal khadkada ya bahar. Bhai Mohkam Singh ji bhaj ke bahar jande ya sher mangu. Kavi ji rai ete Kavi Santokh Singh ji likhde ne, the Mughal forces and the Pahari air forces, jinne bhi Pahari raje thi, the Hindu hill chiefs, and the Mughals forces are like the sea. Samundar wanga is like a sea. Imagine looking outside your window, looking outside the killa, the fort, and just soldiers right till the end. You can't see the end of the soldiers. You can't see the end of it. But if in this samundar, if a magarmach goes into the sea, a magarmach is a crocodile. If a crocodile goes into the sea, everything in that sea gets scared. Or darjandeya, that magarmach has entered the battlefield. Tan by Mohkam Singh ji. The way by Mohkam Singh ji, like a crocodile using their pentra, left, right, forward. So pentre is a way where you use, there's movements with Sikh martial arts called Katha Shastra Vidya. They're using their pentre, going left, right. Wherever their feet land, they kill 5 to 6 in one go. Halchal machdi utte, there's panic amongst everyone. Some say, after seeing the way Bhai Mohkam Singh ji are fighting, they say, is this a human or is it an angel? Ye aam banda hai ja farishta hai kiya. That's how Bhai Mohkam Singh ji are fighting. Jive larde hai. Soldiers try their best to attack Bhai Mohkam Singh ji. Waar karan ki koshish karde hai Bhai Mohkam Singh ji utte. Whoever they land in front of, they start panicking. Jithe bhi Bhai Mohkam Singh ji shaan maar ke jande hai, the rang utar janda, the color of their faces change, and then with one war, they freeze with fear. Ki Bhai Mohkam Singh ji sade samne aa gaya, hun sadi khair nahi, asi bachna nahi hega. Or dar ke uth hi khar jande hai, ke adhi udhi dig bande hai, and then with one war from head halfway down the body, it gets split into two. In that jor naal Bhai Mohkam Singh ji do the war, and by now Bhai Mohkam Singh ji are in full biras, full warrior spirit. In that biras hona de vich, their eyes are red with biras. Their eyes are red with that warrior spirit. Akhan lal ho gaya ona de biras vich, ki even if death came in front of Bhai Sahib ji, in front of Bhai Mohkam Singh ji, death would even get scared. Eh Shakti Singha ji, this is how much Shakti Singh had. That this is the power of Guru Gobind Singh ji Maharaj Lad's sons. That dunya maut to dar diya, the whole world is scared of death, but ithe death is scared of sins. It's not ulta kam nahi hai, that death is scared of sins. They have so much biras in them. Some soldiers just fall in like that. Dekhi dar jande hai. The Mughals are using everything they can. Their karpana, their swords, their barshe, their spears. They attack and hit Bhai Sahib ji. But Bhai Sahib, Bhai Mohkam Singh ji are dodging every war that comes their way. Whichever war is coming their way, they're dodging it. And they keep destroying the enemy. They keep chopping the enemy up. Whichever direction Bhai Sahib ji go, the soldiers get scared and they make way for them. Or dar ke piche nu bhaj jande ya, the Mughal soldiers. Some just fall like that and they have a lali on their face. Their face is glowing by Mohkam Singh Ji's is in battle while this battle is taking place. And there's not an ounce of fear in them. Can you imagine that? That there's a million soldiers outside and Manavich, Jamai Darni, I don't know the Manavich, they've not got an ounce of fear in them. And as they move around the battlefield, their dari is flowing and their mucha are standing and they look beautiful by Mohkam Singh Ji do. It's as if Bhai Sahib, Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji have taken on the role of the messengers of death and have come to take the Pathan soldiers. So the messenger Jamadut Banke aa gaya, and the tiga they have in their hands is like the Jamdand, the club that Jamduts use, the messengers of death. Depending on how you've lived your life, Jamdut on there, Jamdut, the messenger of death, will take you and they'll use their club to hit you. And by Kavi Sandok Singh, you're saying, by Mohkam Singh Ji are like a Jamdut, and their tiga, their kirpan that has got in their hand is like the Jamdand, killing and destroying their enemy, not leaving anyone alive. There's blood everywhere. Whenever Bhai Sahib Ji gets hit or cut, and Bhai Sahib they see the blood coming out of their body. When blood is coming out of their body, they get happy or khosh ho jande ne. Sangati, what are these Gursikhs made of? A Gursikh bane kidan de hai? Jehda war koi karda hai, aaka khosh ho jana hai. Where's that infinite power coming from? Wo Shakti kitthon aa rahi hai? Gursikhan di avastha is such, they are on such a spiritual level ki dukh pokh sad maar e beta te teri datar ki dukh pokh e mara di dati hai. That's why they're getting happy. Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji khosh ho rahe ne jadon war hunda na te ki e mara di thodi dati hai. And they get more joy, they get more excited. They're getting cut, but they get happy and they get more excited from this. That chola now is drenched in blood. But they went into the middle of the battlefield and churned it. Hilake rakhta Veriya nu ek bari. Bada Jarnail uthe ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ Mughਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ, the big general Khwaja Mardood Ali was present. He's watching everything happen. Khwaja Mardood ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ, he started to shout at his soldiers. He goes, what's happened to your strengths? There's only one thing, ikko yavo. And you're in the hundreds and thousands. Lakhan de sahab nalo, ota ikko ya uthe karde kiun tusi? Can you handle one thing? Ek singh nahi thoto kabu aunda. Khwaja Mardood then gave a signal, and hundreds of guns went off towards Bhai Sahib Ji, by Mohkam Singh Ji. Khwaja Mardood ne ek ishara kita. Mughਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਲ ਬੰਦੂਕ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੰਦੂਕਾਂ ਚਲਾਤੀਆਂ ਭਾਈ ਮੋਹਕਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਵੱਲ, and 20 ਤੋਂ 25 ਗੋਲੀਆਂ in one go, 20 to 25 bullets hit by Mohkam Singh Ji's body. ਇੱਕੋ ਵਾਰੀ ਭਾਈ ਮੋਹਕਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗਦੀਆਂ ਆ, and ਭਾਈ ਮੋਹਕਮ ਸਿੰਘ Ji's body gets ripped apart with all the bullets as they hit by Mohkam Singh Ji in one go. Ekko wari mara Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji's sareer boti ho janda goliyan to. And then Bhai Sahib Ji gave shahidi in this way. Aida shaheed Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji hunde a, khade shaheed hunde a wo bhi. Dekh ke nahi shaheed hunde. They don't stand, they don't fall and become shaheed. Khade ne shaheed hoya Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji. While standing, when their last breath came out, Bhai Sahib Ji fall forwards towards the enemy. More nu dekde a, piche nu nahi dekde. ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਆ, when their breath comes out of their body, ਉਹ ਮੋਰ ਨੂੰ ਡਿੱਗਦੇ ਆ. And this is how true warriors give ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਏਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਡਿੱਗਦੇ ਆ, ਮੋਰ ਨੂੰ ਡਿੱਗਦੇ ਆ. They always fought, and they going back ਇੰਨਾ ਬੀਰਾ ਸੀ ਭਾਈ ਮੋਹਕਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ, that they went to Sachkhand also in ਬੀਰਸ. Sachkhand ਨੂੰ ਬੀਰਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ. This is our ਇਤਿਹਾਸ. This is your history. This is your history. ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਆ. मैं सोचता सीगा while listening to the Katha कि ये साडा इतिहास कितना is so great. Why yet do we call yes? Yeah, we still call yes. We still follow the fashions of the world. असी दुनिया पीछे लगे हुए हैं. Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ji da bachan to the Khalsa ki jab lag Khalsa re mein aara tab lag de diyo main sara. That until my Khalsa stays unique in this world, I will give him support. Main ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ. ਇਹ ਬਚਨ ਹੈ ਮੇਰਾ. And look at that, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, Tan Kalgidar Padshah, Shahi Shahenshah, King of Kings, who we praise every day. ਉਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ. I'll be your support in this world, but you remain unique in this world. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the world. Maharaj में बचन ये भी कहते हैं कौड़ा सच्चा है. This is the truth. Maharaj कहते हैं जब ये गए विपरण की रीत means when they follow this world, मैं ना करूँ इनकी प्रतीत, then I can't protect you no more if you're going to follow the world. This is our history, but yet we go elsewhere. We बाहर जाके ऐसी लबने हम, we look at other people's history, trying to get what? Guru Sahib Ji watching their beloved son, प्यारे भाई मोहकम सिंह जी, watching and getting happy and pleased. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj खुश हो जाते हैं देख के Guru Gobind Singh Ji भाई मोहकम सिंह जी नू. And from their pavitra mukh, from their beautiful face, from their the beautiful words, they praise their Guru Sikh. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ustat kar diya Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji came saying, "Wow, look at how Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji fought in this battle. Kive jang kita Bhai Mohkam Singh Ji ne? While there's bullets and arrows flying everywhere." In this way, Shahidi was given by Mohkam Singh Ji, by them. एक कदे सुनिया इतिहास इदा कि भाई मोहकम सिंह जी पांच प्यारे जो ऐदा शहीद हुए सी चमकौर दी जंग विच. After seeing the shahidi of their brother, Bhai Himmat Singh Ji and Bhai Sahib Singh Ji, ਉਹ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਚੋਂ. They saw that they are coming close to the Qila. ਉਹ ਦੇਖ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ Mughal forces, the Pahadi Raje, they're coming close to the Qila. किले वाल मुड़ के नेड़े आ गया. They say to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, कहते Maharaj, the enemy are coming close to the Qila. Give us permission Maharaj, आज्ञा बख्शो that we can go out and fight. बाहर जाके ऐसे मैदान जंग करिए मुगलों नाल हथों हथी. Maharaj just did इशारा. Maharaj भाई हिम्मत सिंह जी भाई मोहकम सिंह जी ने एक बार इशारा ही कर दिया. They gave them the signal and they also got running out. और एक बार भज के जाते हैं. Two lions pouncing on their prey. ऐसा है जिसमें बब्बर शेर भज के पै जाता है. They both have big shields in their hands. ढालां उन्हां दे हत्थां विच. They are like two must hathis. कवि संतोख सिंह जी describe, कवि संतोख सिंह जी देख लिखते हैं कि ये दो मस्त हाथियां वांग, two war elephants going into the battlefield. All the soldiers that were getting close, जिन्हें भी जाके आ रही सी फौज, किले के नेड़े आ गई सी, that got close to the किला, got close to the fort. एक बार पिछे नु सारे नु ताकता, they pushed the ranks back away from the किला. पिछे नु ताकता ने एक बार ये दो सूरमे, they play with blood like they're playing holy. That's how it's been described. जिन्हें होली खेलते हैं ना होली वेले, ऐदा है दो सूर में होली खेलते हैं with the blood. The soldiers are saying, या खुदा, what are these made of? एक कितना बने हुए हैं जिन्हें फरिश्ते हैं, what are they? और आम बंदे या फरिश्ते, और they angels. They didn't eat for months. आनंदपुर साहिब के केरे विच और कई महीने भूखे रहे. They stayed hungry for many months. They didn't sleep for many months. Where are they getting that power from? और शक्ति किथों आ रही है? और शक्ति आ रही है from Kalgidar Padshah Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, sitting in their daddy, looking beautiful, looking on their beautiful sons. Just like Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj at the age of 8 looked at them birds. That's how Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj are looking at their bubble shape, and that's where they're getting the power from, where they're able to fight like that. We are able to control them. कहते ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਕਾਬੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ. They aren't scared to coming to jang. ਇਹ ਡਰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਜੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਨੂੰ. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ? ਇੱਕ ਕੱਲ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ 40 ਆ. ਇਹ ਡਰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ, ਨਾਲੇ ਮੌਤ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਡਰਦੇ. They're not scared of death. Like two octopuses. You know how an octopus grabs its prey and shakes the water around? That's how these two warriors are grabbing their prey. That's how these two warriors grab the Mughals. They slice them open and they keep falling. The soldiers only realize something has happened to them when they fall to the ground. That's how quick these two lions are. ਇੰਨੀ ਫੁਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਦੋ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਝਟਕਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਵਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿਰਪਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਮੁਗਲ ਸੈਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, ਮੁਗਲ ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਖੜੇ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. ਜਦੋਂ ਥੱਲੇ ਡਿੱਗਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੌਤ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸਾਡੀ ਹੁਣ. ਇੰਨੀ ਛੇਤੀ, ਇੰਨੀ ਫੁਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. That's how quick they are. They block a wall from the top with their shields, and then from the bottom they slice the enemy into two. With biras they keep on going, like hathis. Piles of bodies are falling, piles of bodies everywhere. There's heads everywhere, there's arms everywhere, there's legs, there's hands, and there's arms. It's as if the heads are balls and the arms are like hockey sticks. That's Kavi Santokh Singh Ji describing the scene. These two Bahadur Yodhe are staying steadfast. Dhrita de naal, khadke, whichever direction they go, whichever direction they go, they get killed 20 to 25. Until the last breath in their bodies, they keep on fighting. And when these two things also become shaheed while doing jang karte jo shaheed hon lagde, then angels come to take both of the saints. Farishte aunde a singan nu leke jaan. And these deviyan jehdi deviyan hundiyan na leke aun nu, they want to take by Himmat Singh Ji, by Sahib Singh Ji. These deviyan, they argue amongst themselves, saying that they wish to make by Himmat Singh Ji and by Sahib Singh Ji their husband. They say, come onto the carriage so we can take you to Sachkhand. Thonu Sachkhand leke chaliye. Aao sade naal. But these both Yodhe pata jawab ki dende ne. Done Yodhe, they say that we haven't had enough of doing Yodh yet. Asi sada man pura nahi hoya Yodh karne nu. It's not been enough. We want to continue to fight more. We aren't going with you. Asi thode naal nahi jana. Asi jang hor karni a. Eh singa vich inni shakti a ki mud ke jeende ho jande a. They go. They're about to go. Ajhe nahi jana. We're going to go back and fight some more. Inni shakti a singa vich. They want to go back into the battlefield, and their eyes are still red. Again, they shoot all their guns towards Bhai Himmat Singh Ji and Bhai Sahib Singh Ji, and in this way, they also too become shaheed. They jump out of the carriage to go back into the battlefield, bar, but they become shaheed after this. There's hundreds of battle drums going off. Nigare utthe hazari chalde ne, and all the soldiers are getting biras. Sare utthe jinne bhi sipahi surme ne, Mughਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਲ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀਰਾ ਸੌਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਗਾਰਾ ਵੱਜਦਾ ਆ. Maharaj has given us that Ranjit Nagara. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਗਾਰਾ ਨਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੇਵਲਾ ਇਹ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਵਜਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ. You feel that. Can you imagine Anandpur Sahib ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ Ranjit Nagara ਆ, very big battle drum, ਉਹਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ? It would echo throughout the land of Anandpur Sahib. It would echo throughout the mountains. Pahadi Raje ਜਿੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ, in their little kingdoms. Pahadi Raje would listen to the battle drums going off. There's hundreds of battle drums going off. The Singhs from inside, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੁਣ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਕਿਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਦੇਖੋ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. The Singhs from inside are saying, ਹੁਣ ਸਵਾਦ ਆਇਆ ਯੁੱਧ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ. This is what you call battle. Singhs argue with each other, saying that we want to go out next. ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਣਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਨੂੰ. ਇਹ ਮੌਕਾ ਆ. This is the moment. This moment will not come again. ਇਹ ਮੌਕਾ ਫੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਆਵੇਗਾ. When ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ are watching, ਇਹ ਮੌਕਾ ਕਦੋਂ ਆਊਗਾ? ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ, ਸਿੰਘ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. And we can become shaheed in front of Guru Pita Ji. ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਤਾ ਅੱਗੇ. Look at their mentality. Look at their mindset. Their mindset is something else. Hori Kosha. This is our ancestors. This is what we're supposed to be like. We're supposed to be from this lineage. But if you question yourselves, what have we become? Asi kive hone hoge. That with their mindset, that jama hi nahi jante hain. And they say that let's use our tegs and take their heads off. Thousands of janams worth of bhakti doesn't even compare to this moment. Vicharkar, they are saying, they're talking amongst themselves and they're discussing that thousands of life forms, and in each life form, if we were to do bhakti, if we were to do penance, if we were to remember God, if we were to meditate on God, that doesn't even compare to this moment. Even you could donate the whole world to charity. If you could read jugs and feed the poor, that far doesn't compare to the reward what we get for doing Janga now. The reward we get for that wouldn't be the same as giving Shahidiya in front of Dhan Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Amazing the way they think. And you can only become like this when you give your head to the Guru. Guru Sahib ji ਨੂੰ ਜਿਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ, if you take Amrit from your Guru, then you become fearless like this. You can't become like this. Kavi ji right here, if Kavi Santokh Singh ji right, that the mothers and fathers are tan, o mata pita jehde ne, jinna ne eh surme nu janm ditta. They are great that have given birth to such surme, to such lions. Not one of the Singhs gave up. Not one of them threw their shastra away. Not one of them ran away from this jang. These Singhs became the beach, the root of the Khalsa. There's thousands of bullets and arrows being fired towards the fort of Chamkaur, and the Singhs are eager to go out and fight. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹ ਚੜਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਮੈਦਾਨੇ ਜੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੂਝਦੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰੀਏ. We want to go out and fight and give shahidiya in this way. After seeing all the Singhs becoming shaheed, Tana Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj sent out the Panj Mukte. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜ ਮੁਕਤੇ ਸਨ, ਉਹ ਪੰਜ ਮੁਕਤੇ were the ones after the ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ. ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ. ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪੰਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਠੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਪੰਜ ਮੁਕਤੇ ਗਿਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. ਭਾਈ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਭਾਈ ਦੇਵਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਭਾਈ ਟਹਿਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਭਾਈ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ and ਭਾਈ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ. These 5 lions get ready to go out next. ਇਹ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. They get ready to go out. ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸਮਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ we're going to have to leave it here. ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਥਾ ਦੀ. ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਫਿਰ we'll continue next week. ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਧੰਨ ਬਾਬਾ ਅਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਆਵੇਗਾ. How ਬਾਬਾ ਅਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. Imagine that, seeing your son coming up to you, 17, 18 years old, coming up to you and doing a benti that Pita ji, I want to go and try into the battlefield. मैं हम जाके जंग लड़ना है. Not once, एक बार भी नहीं गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी महाराज ने कहा पुत्र तू रहने दे, you leave it. महाराज खुश हो जाते हैं बाबा जी सिंह ਨੂੰ देख के. We'll continue this next week. Benti है to Abdul Benji to come and do Simran with Baji if you want to come do tabla. आके तुसी राजो get ready to do Simran. We're going to do Simran करेंगे for 5 to 10 minutes. Simran जो साथ संगत जी करेंगे हम try and focus, close your eyes and focus on the Shaheed Singhs, focus on Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, and they will give you whole anand hoga. You'll get even more anand. If I made any mistakes, please forgive me. माफी मांग रहे हैं साथ संगत जी. अनजान बच्चा समझते माफ करना. I'm only learning like everyone else is learning. कथा सुन के लिख के आप ਨੂੰ मैं सुना ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ. And इसी तरह हमारे कृपा रखन सेवा ले जान. Just before we do Simran, start Simran, I've got just a benti, two quick benti to do. आज शिवम सिंह का जन्मदिन है. We thought it would be nice to give him a sropa from Guru Sahib ji, to bless him with a sropa. And also Prabhjot Singh, who just recently gave his head to Guru Sahib ji, and he took Amrit from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj as well. We wish to give him a sropa as well. So we're going to give them a sropa and then we'll do Simran. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. बोले सो निहाल, बोले सो निहाल.
ਗਏ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ, ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਰੇ, ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁਟੀ ਨਾਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਤੁਦੇ ਆਗੇ